Ladies and gentlemen, you can already see the shots raining out into their lines. Today on one side we have the Danes. The Danes are here to bring death. They bring their cavalry, which is currently being absolutely smited into the ground by artillery, but they've still brought what's left of their cavalry. And on the other side we have the Saxons. This is going to be a great one today, ladies and gentlemen. So if you do end up enjoying this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and yeah, let's get into this thing. So like I said, that initial skirmishing phase has started. My favorite rounds in the game are being used, which is the explosive barrels. These things, we have done a couple videos on them, probably just over a year ago, on how destructive these things are. But they are easily the best ammo to use in the game in any situation. They are absolutely devastating. Like, watch these four come in and just absolutely destroy these. Look at this, just absolute destruction when it comes to the lines here. Some of these guys that got thrown decently far will get up, but a lot of them are going to stay down, because that is the power of these explosive barrels. And yeah, and it also does massive line disruption, and I mean massive line disruption. So as the Danes continue to charge forward here, we see that their onagers are almost in place to start to return fire. I believe that one of them is going to begin to return fire here relatively soon, and they need to, because they are getting hammered on the way in by these explosive pots. And so now we are seeing the first sally out here. We get the Nordic Raiders to charge into some Nordic Javelin men. Actually, they turned where their target and go after some light axemen there. Some Viking Raiders, actually medium axe infantry, sorry about that. And on the far right, we're seeing the same thing, except with heroic cavalry. But these guys are getting absolutely scythed down by some Nordic Javelin men. Nothing too surprising here. Nordic Raiders, looks like they tried to do the same thing and got scythed down by some javelins. And here we go, the return fire of those explosive pots. And it looks like they are going after the general. We have Chieftain with Getteret back here. Getteret. Yes, there we go. You know, it took me a couple tries to get there. So now it looks like, now that the infantry battle is about to start, this the Saxons do decide to switch over to the more standardized shots, so that way they are a lot more accurate as to avoid friendly fire. Still doing a decent amount of damage here, and now we are starting to see those javelins fly, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is, more artillery fire coming in. This battle is going to get juicy. You can already see both sides engaging in heavy fighting on the front line here. And I mean heavy fighting on this front line. Let's zoom out here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, this battle is taking place mainly right here. There is some outside stuff going on, like cavalry running around, but for the most part, both sides are trying to break down each other's middle, doing some pretty well Viking tactics here, just kind of charging each other down, facing it out in just a big line battle, duke it out kind of style. Standardized shot now coming in from the Danes and doing a decent amount of crush damage. But I'm telling you, just switch that explosive round. What's it gonna hurt? Absolutely nothing, except the enemies. As you can see, they're now targeting down the general and some Saxon lancers. Oh my goodness, those Saxon lancers got destroyed. Wow. Anyways, the chieftain now charging in after losing 9 men to those explosive barrels while being in that spread out formation. So like I said, it is just, look at that, absolutely disgusting there. Down to 100 men as he still continues to charge in. Let's go back into this front line and watch some melee action here. Oh, just gory, juicy fighting in the mix. We got that nice framey Attila fighting too, that everyone knows with Attila. It is a framey game. It is just so much happening. Oh, a beautiful explosive barrel going right in the middle of the enemy lines there for the Danes, hitting the Saxon lines, that would be. And you can see the javelin fire here really targeting down the chieftain as well. Absolutely destructive. Are these? Okay, we just have more standardized shot coming in. The Saxons have abandoned their artillery. I think it's because they did run out of ammo. But, yeah, they did. Okay. How many kills? 260 kills coming from that heavy onager crew. Wow. That is 2 whole units. That is absolutely insane. And we also start to see that some elite Saxon javelin men have set up on the flank here, now falling back. Looks like they're falling back due to these Nordic horse lords being in close proximity. Going to now unleash maybe a volley here into those, yep, into those horses. There it is. Wow, cutting down a decent amount of them. Now the horsemen turning their tide to back out of that fight, which is probably smart for them. But the Danish lines are starting to falter. You can see here in the middle, those lines are definitely starting to falter. Now the Nordic javelin men going to charge in to try to replace their fallen comrades in the melee combat. So we'll see how well this goes for them. Charging into melee against some medium spear infantry, actually very heavy spear infantry. Oof. That's going to be a tough one for those guys to continue to fight against. More artillery fire coming in. A beautiful shot there. This battle is far from over for the Danes. Their artillery is almost out of ammo, which is not good. This artillery at 116 kills. This one at 136. So not quite getting the same damage levels that the Saxon artillery did, because that artillery just murdered the Danes. The Danes now charging in everything they have, charging in Nordic hurlers now that are getting melted down by javelins before they even get into the fight. But in certain spots, the lines is starting to thin for the Saxons. Like right here, the Danes are pushing forward decently. All that's holding is some cavalry units right now. And so, yep, there they go, just like that. Got a nice little push going there, but javelins are turning that breakthrough. You can see them continuing to just absolutely hurl hell through the air. These guys at 780 kills now. This unit at 137 kills. This one's at 118. Just absolutely butchering those Danish lines. And the cavalry, the Nordic Raiders here, just getting butchered by those javelins. Trying to get away, getting a nice rear charge in, but getting melted by javelin fire as they do so. Getting a nice break on those enemy elite Nordic spearmen, but it is just not going to be enough at this stage in the battle. The right flank has completely fallen for the Danes, and now you start to see their center break. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this battle today. The Danes take a huge loss in this battle, and the Saxon artillery is the MVP of this fight. If you guys did enjoy this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time. Peace.